Death Race 2008. In a bleak near future where private prisons rule entertainment, Death Race opens with the downfall of Jensen Ames, a skilled race car driver framed for his wife's murder. Thrown into Terminal Island Penitentiary, Jensen discovers inmates are forced to compete in a brutal televised competition, where drivers battle through deadly tracks for freedom. Warden Hennessy controls everything, manipulating criminals as disposable gladiators. To survive, Jensen is coerced into replacing the legendary masked driver Frankenstein, who supposedly died in a crash. With a car packed with weapons and traps, Jensen enters the race, knowing only victory can earn his release and justice. Jensen meets his pit crew, including fiery mechanic Case and tough strategist Gunner, who explain how the death race works. Each car is equipped with machine guns, flamethrowers, and defensive armor, activated through audience votes and race milestones. Competitors include savage criminals like Pachenko and ruthless female driver Susie, all desperate for fame or freedom. Wearing Frankenstein's iconic mask, Jensen hides his true identity while secretly plotting revenge against those who framed him. Though reluctant to kill, he realizes survival requires brutal choices. The first race day approaches, filled with roaring engines, screaming crowds, and deadly anticipation as prisoners become bloodthirsty entertainment. The opening race erupts into chaos as heavily armed vehicles blast across a decaying industrial track filled with obstacles. Mines explode beneath tires, guns rip through steel, and drivers smash into each other without mercy. Jensen quickly proves his natural racing skill, dodging fire while taking out opponents when forced. The audience cheers wildly as Frankenstein leads the pack, believing their hero has returned. Behind the scenes, Hennessy watches with cold calculation, knowing this race is her biggest moneymaker. Jensen's survival shocks everyone, especially rivals who now realize Frankenstein is more dangerous than ever before in the deadly spectacle. Between races, Jensen learns more about the conspiracy that destroyed his life. He discovers Hennessy arranged his wife's murder to force him into the death race, using his racing fame to boost ratings. Furious, Jensen swears to escape and expose her. Case and Gunner become loyal allies, secretly helping him sabotage the prison's control systems. Meanwhile, Pachenko grows suspicious of Frankenstein's fighting style, sensing something different behind the mask. Tensions rise as alliances form and betrayals brew. The race is no longer just about winning. It becomes a battle for truth, revenge, and freedom against a corrupt, violent system. The second major race introduces even deadlier hazards, including narrow tunnels and giant wrecking balls that smash cars apart. Susie uses her speed and cunning to eliminate rivals, while Pachenko unleashes brute force to dominate the track. Jensen barely survives after his car takes heavy damage, forcing Case to perform risky repairs under gunfire. Through it all, the audience's obsession grows, making the death race more profitable than ever. Hennessy tightens her grip, threatening Jensen's team if he disobeys. Yet the masked driver continues to defy her orders, refusing to kill unnecessarily and showing signs of a hero beneath the brutal competition. Pachenko finally confronts Jensen, pushing him into a violent showdown during the third race. Their cars collide repeatedly, turning the track into a personal battlefield. Explosions and gunfire surround them as other drivers are destroyed in the crossfire. Jensen's superior driving skill gives him the edge, but Pachenko's raw aggression keeps him alive. In the end, Jensen defeats him, earning another victory and moving closer to the required number of wins for freedom. The audience believes Frankenstein is unstoppable, unaware of the man inside. With each race, Jensen grows more determined to expose Hennessy's crimes and escape Terminal Island. As Jensen approaches his final required win, Hennessy reveals her true plan. She never intended to release him, wanting Frankenstein to remain her permanent star. When Jensen demands his freedom, she orders the guards to execute him. However, Case and Gunner sabotage the prison systems, causing chaos throughout the facility. Amid the confusion, Jensen escapes his cell and fights his way back to his car. Wearing the Frankenstein mask one last time, he enters the final race not just to win, but to survive. The prison erupts in riots as inmates realize the truth, turning the entire island into a battlefield of rebellion. The final race becomes a war zone as armed guards, security drones, and rival drivers clash on the track. Jensen races through smoke, fire, and collapsing structures, pushing his car beyond its limits. Hennessy watches helplessly as her control crumbles, and the audience witnesses real chaos instead of staged violence. Case guides Jensen through secret routes, helping him avoid deadly traps. One by one, obstacles fall away, clearing a path to freedom. The crowd, still watching on their screens, unknowingly cheers for a real escape rather than scripted entertainment. Jensen races toward the finish line, determined to end Hennessy's reign forever. Hennessy makes a desperate attempt to kill Jensen, ordering a helicopter strike on his car. Missiles explode around him, flipping vehicles and destroying the track. Despite severe damage, Jensen keeps driving, fueled by rage and hope. With a final burst of speed, he crosses the finish line, technically winning the death race. The prison's systems shut down completely, allowing inmates to riot freely. Hennessy is captured and killed by prisoners she once controlled, facing poetic justice. Jensen removes his mask, revealing his true identity as he drives away from the island, no longer a prison, but a free man seeking a new life beyond bloodshed. Death Race ends with Jensen disappearing into the outside world, finally free from the corrupt system that destroyed his family. Though scarred by violence, he has regained control of his destiny. The world continues to watch Death Race broadcasts, but the legend of Frankenstein has ended, replaced by the truth of one man's rebellion. Case and Gunnar celebrate their escape, knowing they helped bring down a cruel empire. The film closes on the idea that even in the darkest, most violent environments, courage and determination can spark change. Jensen's journey from framed criminal to victorious survivor proves that freedom is worth any risk, even in a world obsessed with death and spectacle.